Welcome to 1984, a new episode, a new podcast, new stories on air for you. Today with me will share the microphone a colleague of mine, Olga Solovyeva, from Higher School of Economics, Department of Communication. Hi Olga, how are you?
Hi Vincent, doing good. Thanks for hosting me here.
Yeah, we were discussing about the arrangement that we did to plan this podcast. It's about a couple of months. I tried to catch you in the early October.
In my very busy schedule.
Yeah, you are super busy, woman. So every time you say maybe the next week, maybe in 2 weeks, I start to think interesting. Maybe I have to delete this podcast about social media. Oh, spoiler. Okay. Want to talk with you. Of course, you are an expert of social media, impact of social media on people, on society, and so on.
That's right. I did several studies on social media, and I'm now working in the field of persuasive technology and persuasive communication in general. Something which interests me a lot.
But I have a question.
Sure.
When was the first time that you approached a social network? I think the first time was with VKontakte.
I think so too. Russian. But actually, the thing was that for me was a little bit different, as I first had an experience with the website called Fotomota, which was very local for the northwest of Russia where I live. And then I was an exchange program in the United States. And it was back in 2007, I suppose. And I was introduced to Facebook before I actually, Facebook and MySpace, before I actually got a chance to learn how to use VKontakte. So for me, it was a little bit different experience.
What was your experience? Why did you use Facebook?
Why did I use Facebook? Because everybody did, and this principle of consistency and social proof. This is something what people are doing, and this is something you wanna do yourself. And for me, as a teenager, it was very persuasive back then. And I'm coming into the new culture, and in this culture, MySpace was a very big thing. So we've been learning all about our favorite musicians, all about our favorite celebrities, all about all the people, the sing kids, appearing somewhere in the media. And that was the platform, just to catch up on the cultural experience and the background so you would fit in.
So let me say that the reason was to be, is an inclusive reason. So to be part of a community that you were exploring or experiencing in this exchange program in the States?
Absolutely, and I think that this is one
So to feel accepted.
Absolutely, so you need to be a part of the discussion, and this discussion starts online as well, and this is something which catches us on the social media. This concept of the fear of missing out. You're really afraid to miss that something is happening, something you can learn from the social media. And I've noticed from a personal observation that this is a common thing among all the generations. So youngsters prefer, staying on the Instagram so they would know that, what's trendy and stuff like that. Others, people of older generations, they would use groups on the WhatsApp, for example, which can be considered somehow as social media. So they use these groups they created for school reasons, for their kids, or for the purposes of the work organization, and they hate these groups, but they stay there. They're absolutely disrupted by the conversation and by the interference of this social media in their lives, but at the same time they get a feeling that they cannot get out of there. They need to stay there. They are afraid that they're gonna become not the part of community anymore. So that's true.
I think that I was a late user or discoverer of Facebook. I had the approach at Facebook in 2008, coming back from London. It was a trip in London. I experienced a period of my life there. I was finishing my university, and my friends, British friends, said okay, do you have Facebook? We have to keep in touch because
Yeah.
you're coming back to Italy. I say, Facebook?
What's that?
What's that? So they like showed me up with my mail, I registered and so on, and we were keeping in touch. If I look at my post or what I was like, the purpose of Facebook, I feel ridiculous. You know, there is this like function on Facebook that reminds you what you were posting in the past, and for me it's like I feel ridiculous. I said like, okay, can I delete this? Now my fears on social media, even on Instagram, is really like, okay, I'm a bit tracked. Somebody's checking, let me say, the progress or the progression that I did in the last 11 years. I mean,
that's huge time to observe you, right?
yeah, and being like so focused on politics, society, and even now my new passion, like neuroscience and neuropolitics, I try to analyze the first experiment that I use it on myself. Because say, okay, what I was posting, how I changed, how I changed my political approach, my approach to society, to the community that I share. So this is interesting, but are you focused more on Facebook or Twitter? Because
I'm focusing most on neither. Actually, I started my research with Tinder, which you can consider as social media, and which Facebook actually was meant to be, kind of, you know, the dating app.
So tell me more, because I don't believe in this movie about Facebook. I think it's a bit like cheating about the reality. So Facebook was a platform for dating.
But it was aimed to help people to find other people on campus, so they probably will be able to get some dates and, you know, have some romantic experience together. I love this story, and I think it actually covers a lot, you know, just to explain why something emerged like in romantic ways. I think it's something pretty great. But you kind of touched several things in your speech of the past couple minutes, and the thing when Facebook is reminding us about something, that's actually the part of this gamification process, right?
Yeah.
The other thing you covered was the personality of yours, which develops over the times, and I think it's pretty interesting, right? How we can neglect our past personalities when we were much younger, when we first started using Facebook or other social media, and we were absolutely different. It does not keep up with the image of us as professionals nowadays.
But let me add something. I was using MySpace and Messenger. That was the application to message through MySpace. I was like, I don't know, 20 years ago already, let me say. I started to use these. Then I used till the end of the college, more or less. But still, I was attached to the reality. I was attached to society. I was using this messenger to meet, I don't know, my dates or my friends.
Just to arrange stuff.
Arrange stuff. But still, I was going on the streets. I was not like spending all my time. And I thanks my parents that, for example, they never bought me a PlayStation or any other console. I was always trying to be part of society.
Well,
so to meet my friends and so on. What is the trend now? Do you see something different in the...
People are getting more and more distracted from the real world, and well, we actually cannot distinct this two. We cannot keep calling cyber reality and the real reality. We finally turn into something which is called cyborgs, right? Yeah. And we can refer to the concepts of post-humanism, right? And thinking about ourselves as having this dual identity, the identity of the person which presents itself in the physical space, and the personality which is presented online. We're merging them, and we cannot exist one apart from another. And what makes it addictive, I don't know. I think that the instruments of the gamification and the special features of our personality and the way how our brain functions, we just got really hooked to the simple pleasures of social media, and we keep coming there, which gives us pleasures and pains, a lot of pain.
Let me connect a bit, because thank you for this last comment, because focusing on my studies on neuroscience, there is one part of our brain, the amygdala, that is quite stimulated by social media and the consensus that we have. And we are producing the dopamine, that is this hormone that is giving like addiction. And I think that's the likes that we get,
Absolutely.
the consensus that we get are producing this hormone. No?
Yeah.
But also on the other side, the amygdala is producing the cortisol.
The hormone of stress.
The hormone of stress.
It's true.
So, can you tell me if you are keen about these?
I was curious a little bit about it, and I dig into this when I was doing my research on Tinder, when I tried to understand the neuroscience behind the way why people stay on this media, the dating app, and what makes it so addictive. The first thing is the simplicity, the relative simplicity. So you just get the instant gratification for just registering there and just getting in there. So it's super simple. And the access through a phone, which you carry with you every day, it's absolutely simple, and it just takes you right there. So you got achievement. Then all these instruments of the gamification, all the likes, all the reminders, all the funny videos which are made by the platform of Facebook, for example, to tell you a little bit about your previous, experiences with your friends. So you have sweet memories, and you also got the sense that someone is caring about you, and then you repost it, and then you receive likes. Particularly for the Tinder, just watching good-looking faces, and you probably will have quite many good-looking faces, will also bring you some satisfaction from this process and activate all these parts of your brain. Not the least thing is a match. On Tinder, when you simultaneously, mutually like together the other person's profile, you got this something called a match, so you can continue with the chat. So when you get the sense of someone liking you, it gives you another source of gratification and satisfaction.
Let me say that the game finish when you get the match.
No, it does not finish, because you have
in term of satisfaction and pleasure that you get.
It depends. Sometimes you can have a very nice conversation, but most of the people, especially those who just been after the huge breakdown and broke up with their partner, they're coming to this platform feeling not very good about themselves, and they don't really care about the quality for now. They care about the quantity of matches. So they want to understand that they're still likable, that people are still interested in them, and they can't get it on Tinder because you have the whole stock of cards with so many people around you, and there are multiple people, and you got this illusion of never-ending choice. You can just swim in this ocean full of different profiles.
And it's not weird as when you had someone unknown on Facebook or on the other social media like Instagram, you start to approach, because the purpose of this platform, Tinder, all of the members are in the same boat. Are on board on the same boat, because if you are there, you are looking for something that somebody else is looking for. So
people come there with different intentions, of course. Motivations for using this platform are absolutely different. But for example, if we talk about Facebook or Instagram, you get another sources for satisfaction and gratification. For example, all these things called parasocial connection. When you you just got stalking someone who you feel very attached to, and you develop this one-way relationships with the person, not even knowing that you are there. And the YouTube is a very good example in the way how our